everyone. My name is Steffi. I would like to extend a warm welcome to all our guests and students. It's a pleasure to have all of you here today. It's a pleasure to be part of the kickoff event of the Entrepreneurship and Leadership Development Program, Cohort 2.0. Once again, we have partnered with TIDES IIT Roorkee for Cohort 2.0. So this is our second session with TIDES, and we couldn't be prouder. Our first cohort was extraordinary, and we're confident that this new batch will make us proud as well. Today marks a new beginning of an exciting entrepreneurial journey for the new batch. Remember, the future belongs to entrepreneurs and leaders who can offer innovative solutions through creative and out-of-the-box thinking. Before we move forward, I would like to go ahead and give a big round of applause to all our guests who've taken time out today for us. Thank you very much. To kick off Cohort 2.0, I'm inviting Alok Jain for sharing the details. And he is the co-founder and CEO of Moonpreneur. He will take you through our program structure, certification details, and other important updates. Over to you, Alok.
All right. Thanks, Steffi. Let me just share my. I hope you guys can see it. All right. So thanks a lot. And really, I like to start our quick journey with this image. I couldn't be proud of where we stand today. A big thanks for all the support what we received from Devi Lapati. So we have just wrapped up the Cohort 3 with IIM Lucknow, and we are doing this Cohort 2 with IIT Roorkee TIDES. So these repeat cohorts are already a testament of the quality of the program and some of the outcomes what we have produced. What you are seeing on this picture, we have nurtured over 2,000 students for this entrepreneurship bootcamp. Out of our exercise, over 25 companies are either born or nurtured. And then we try to give them a ground where they're able to present to large audience, investors, entrepreneurs in India in various pitch fests, but also able to brought 6 of them to present in the Silicon Valley. And amazing startup has been found. I like to call out a couple of them. So Bhumi AI from IIT Patna. If you take a image of your crop and send it via WhatsApp, it can tell you the pesticides to use. There is another startup which I recall, Godhan from IIM Lucknow. You take an image of your cattle, give some parameters, and can tell what to feed. And we have another amazing startup, Logic Boots by Amit Singh from IIT Roorkee. And I think Amit is here, and he is going to walk through his journey. So really proud. And why I'm showing this slide for 2 reasons. One, I really wanted to say a big thanks to Day. Big thanks to all participating premier institutes like IIT Roorkee, many other IITs and IIMs, but also to each students that sometimes we believe that what these 4 or 5 months are going to do, but look at the impact. And you could be one of them. Many of these companies are seeking funding. Several of them receive large funding as well. So very short period of time, doing the right thing can get you there. And who knows, next year, your name might be there on this list as well. So again, about today's event, very warm welcome to everyone for the kickoff session of this Entrepreneurship and Leadership Development Program, Cohort 2.0. And it certainly goes without saying that we are very excited to collaborate again with Technology, Incubation, and Entrepreneurship Development Society, TIDES of IIT Roorkee. I mean, the second cohort is a big testament. Honestly speaking, we really cannot ask for more. And a big thanks to Azam Ali Khan sir, and for believing in us and allowing us to strengthen and grow our partnership. I think he was supposed to introduce, and then there was some delay, so I just took the stage. But right after that, I love to hear from you, Azam sir. Now, when we think about the timing, the startups ecosystem in India, I think there cannot be any better time there are over 100,000 startups listed. At some point of time, there was 116 unicorns. Of course, that number keep fluctuating due to the valuation and all. But I mean, we are producing one of the largest unicorn in the world right now. We are stayed somewhere at third position, and amazing startups are there. I mean, look at the quick commerce companies like Zomato, Swiggy. I mean, they both valued somewhere. Zomato might be over $25 billion. Swiggy is 12, $13 billion. So very, very large companies are being produced, and the experience you get out of these startups, this is unparalleled. You do not get that experience anywhere in the world. The kind of this quick commerce, what it does, the gratification you can have. I mean, I crave for anything like that in US. Nobody has seen what these companies are producing there and the kind of luxury it providing and changing the lives. So just wanted to touch base on, especially from the program perspective. Uh, I'm not sure if you guys have seen the Pursuit of Happiness movie. That's by Will Smith. If you haven't, I'll encourage everybody to watch that one. Um, uh, and that movie has received a lot of awards and all. But really, what this journey is, this is happiness in pursuit, right? If you take it that way, I think you will have an amazing time. So let me think a good example. I mean, if you go to a gym, right, and you build a six pack, uh, you do not build a character by building or when you have six packs, right? It might do the other way around. What really build your character? That was a joke, sorry. But what really build that character, when you are disciplined, when you wake up every day, when you go to the gym, when you eat the right kind of food, right? That really build the character. So the journey is really about happiness in pursuit. If you take it from that way, the journey will be amazing. And just coming back to the program and our sponsor, so what you are seeing on this map, Day Vilapati, he has been in our journey since the very, very first day. And I think I could not visualize this kind of map, what this will do when we were beginning a few years before. But I think this was in his mind. And I think we are going to hear from him. He talked about a story of he want to produce 23 Elon Musk in India. And I don't want to speak more. Look forward hearing from you, Day. And we also have Ken here. Um, very, very inspiring leader, built several companies, and we are going to hear from him as well. And I also like to thank our esteemed guest, Mr. Chakrapani sir, Jhansi ma'am, and of course, I'm looking forward to hear from you, Amit. Amazing story, what you have produced there. All right, so about the program, uh, this course or this program will not just stimulate your creative mind and foster entrepreneurial mindset. As I said, like that's the most important thing. But it will also provide a tailor-made platform to turn really your idea into reality. And you have seen so many companies, they are born out of this program. Um, at every stage, you will receive a certificate of participation, but just keep in mind that you must have 75% or higher attendance. What you are going to receive in this program, it's a 18-week certification-based online program for students and aspiring entrepreneurs. There will be 12 speaker session and 6 mentoring session. And during the program, we'll divide you into 5 to 7 student group. And each group is required to work on a mutually agreed problem statement under the guidance of respective mentors. Each group will have mentor support, and then mentors will guide you to getting and refining your ideas. And really, the whole process is embed with design thinking, taking your ideas on a pitch deck format, practicing the pitch, and a pitch in front of a jury. And the jury will be really inclusive of faculty, successful entrepreneurs, industry leaders, and so on. And in short, this whole ELDP program is really a power of change, and the benefit are huge. And wish you good luck. I'll give it back to you, Steffi.
Thank you, Lok, for sharing the details. I'm sure our students will go ahead and find it useful. Next, I would like to invite Azam Ali Khan, an alumnus of IIT Roorkee. He has returned to his alma mater as the CEO of the Technology Innovation and Development of Entrepreneurship Support. Mr. Azam is an accomplished strategic advisory and business development professional with vast experience of over 2 decades, and he has helped over 150 companies in various industries with market expansion and strategic business initiatives. As the CEO of Tides IIT Roorkee, Azam helped in growing it from 4 startups to 182. So let's welcome Mr. Azam. Over to you, sir.
Yes, Steffi, thank you very much for this warm introduction. First of all, thanks to the team of Moonpreneur for bringing everybody together on this platform again. I'm sure that the reason why we are going for cohort 2 is because of the great show which we could put together in cohort 1. IIT Roorkee is, as many of you must be knowing, that one of the oldest engineering college in Asia, probably the oldest in Asia, established in 1847. And recently we completed over 175 years of existence. Being associated with IIT Roorkee and being the flagship incubator of IIT Roorkee brings us a lot of proud, but along with that, a lot of responsibility. And that's the reason when we joined hands with the Moonpreneur, we ensured that the quality of this program will be top notch, and it will be as what is expected from an institute of the ranks of IIT Roorkee. Probably over the next few months, you will see how exactly all of you who have joined this program blossom into some very strong, clear, and successful startup ideas or even successful incorporated startups. Some of the startups which were part of this program earlier, we have them today. And it is not just about giving some information, about sharing knowledge, but it is also about graduating all of you to a next orbit, where you not only get support in terms of funding, but also in terms of more in-depth mentoring, which will go on for a couple of years. So it is the first stepping stone into your journey as a startup, as a startup founder, and also in entrepreneurship. The fantastic constellation of mentors which we have put together in this program, I'm sure that they are the ones who have been in the thick of the things since so many years. And they exactly know where the shoe pinches. What exactly do you need to to separate the chaff from the grain and succeed in this journey of entrepreneurship? My heartfelt thanks today. He's been such a huge proponent of entrepreneurship in India, and speaking and talking to him always fills you with a lot of pride and hope and positivity that the kind of initiative which we are doing here in India is definitely going to reap huge dividends in the coming years. When we meet students or young entrepreneurs of the kind which are here today, we feel that if we can get even 10 or 20% of this lot successful, or maybe on the path of success, I think the whole initiative, the whole purpose of this initiative would be served. I'm so happy to see that we have crossed 100 participants today. And possibly, I also hope that we will have these 100 participants with us all through the duration of the program. And also, we will have this sweet problem of having too many good startups. So with this, I think I wish all of you great time ahead. IIT Roorkee and Tides, they are with you. Whatever programs we have Once you succeed in this particular stepping stone, all those programs will open up for you. If you are good enough, rest assured, you will be connected, mentored, networked, and funded with the best available resources possible. So with this, thank you very much, Steffi. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Khan. It was indeed a pleasure having you with us today. Next, I would like to go ahead and invite Mr. Dave Virlapati. He is the CEO and president of S2 Tech, a self-made man from humble beginnings. He is on an mission to go ahead and create a generation of entrepreneurs. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Safi. I'm so happy and thrilled to see 100 participants in this cohort 2. I'm very, very excited about this. And I want to share some connections that Uttarakhand, that's where your institute is. My son-in-law is from Uttarakhand. So his parents came here when he was, I think, he was born here in the US, but they came in here when their sister is about 3 years old. And so he grew up here and he lived in Uttarakhand for about 3 years. And then he came here. So Uttarakhand is very, very close to me. And I heard a lot of great things about Nainital. And that's in my list of places I like to visit one day. And I heard it's a very good hill station. And so I'm really looking forward. I like to do meditation, and it probably would be a great place to meditate in Uttarakhand. So it's in my list of things to do at some point of time in my life. So that's one. I also, did my master's from Kharagpur and worked in Jamshedpur. So I was in the North India for about 5 years before coming here. And one thing I've noticed, I came in here as an employee, and after about 10 plus years working here, I started the business. But if I look back and what one thing I would have done different, I would say I should have started a business. But it's okay. So that's one of the reasons why I really want to, encourage the youth, especially the youth in the IITs and IIMs and the youth from the villages and the small towns to see if they can find a challenge or a problem that's bothering them and solve that. And that's what the entrepreneurs do. And if you see the Silicon Valley here, where Alok is from, Ken is from, the mindset of the children and the people is to solve problems. And last year, when we had this Moonpreneurs event, and I attended that, and I saw the children of 10 plus 12 years, wanting to solve big problems like diabetes, just to give an example. So that's the kind of mindset is there, that the children are grown with the mindset of solving the problems, making the world a better place. And because of that, you see so many startups happening in the Silicon Valley. And if you see the startups that are happening in Silicon Valley, and almost all startups have some Indian connection, either as a CTO or a CEO or angel investor or a technical lead, whatever it is. So they have the Indian connection. So then I said, when people in Silicon Valley and people from India are starting so many businesses, why we are not doing that same thing in India? So the thing that I can only see why the Indians are not starting the businesses in the same ratio as the ones here, the college graduates, is because of the educational system that India adopted after the independence is pretty much, copy of what was existing 200 years under British rule. So what the British rules, the purpose of the education, they should read, write, communicate, and become a clerk in their administration, not to think about anything, just to become they get a job and be a clerk in their administration, execute the instructions what they have. So that is what the purpose of their education. And we just carried that. Now you see the difference in the mindset of the college graduates, especially here from Ivy League schools that are graduating. They don't want to join a company as an employee. They want to solve the problems. They want to start. Or the least thing that they would do if they can't start the business right away, they would join a startup. They don't join the big companies at all. They hate the big companies here, people who are graduating from the Ivy League schools. They say, my potential is so much. Why should I be limited by a big company's bureaucracy and their ways of doing things? I can disrupt the world. I can break the rules. I can build billions of dollars of business. Why should I work for a company? That's the kind of mindset we have in the United States. But in India, you graduate, oh, who is going to give me a job? Let me apply X, Y, Z like that. And so that's how the mindset is. So one of the purpose of this program is to change your mindset that there is an option to start a business. And it's also not difficult. The program allows you to pick an idea. The idea comes from watching the world around you, where you see a huge problems people are facing, and you say, I'll take this idea. And let's see whether I can solve this problem and build a business plan and make a presentation to get the funding. So that's the whole thing. Whatever the Silicon Valley entrepreneurs do to start a business, you're getting that. And you're getting it directly from Silicon Valley, from Moonpreneur. And also you have wonderful faculty and the mentors from IIT Roorkee, a combination of faculty, mentors, and the methodology coming from Moonpreneur from Silicon Valley. I believe we can easily make 23 Elon Musk in India. The reason I say 23 is Elon Musk is from South Africa. And so the South Africa has a population of 60 million. And India has a population of 1.4 billion. I mean, if you do the math, so if 60 million can produce one Elon Musk, India with 1.4 billion ought to produce 23 Elon Musk. And I'm very determined, and I also strongly believe that's possible. I also looked at the Elon Musk life story. He went through a lot of challenges in the childhood. And the people who have a lot of challenges in the childhood are the ones that become stronger, and they understand the purpose of their life, who they are, and they say, I want to make the world better. I think that's the kind of mindset I see in the rural areas, small towns, and people who are going through difficult times financially or all that. So we can certainly transform our Indian youth to not to look for a job, but solve a problem. So, Sadhguru from the Isha Foundation says, we are all part of the creation. But once you know who we are and make progress in our spiritual journey, then we become creator. And what that creator means, whatever you intend, whatever you desire, whatever you think need to happen, the universe makes it happen. And so you can, this particular concept is there in all the religions across the board. And I would say, if somebody asks me, what would I do if I'm young, 22, 23, 24 years old, what should I do differently? I would do two things differently. If I say, one is I would get into any of the, the programs that are there. Art of Living has, they call Happiness Part 1 program, where they'll teach you Sudarshan Kriya. I'll also look at Isha Foundation, Inner Engineering, or anything that get you keep your mind calm, focused, and help you realize who you are. I mean, there is all kinds of paths available to help you realize who you are really. And I just mentioned a couple of paths, but take that path and realize who you are. And once you realize who you are, your journey in life is amazing. You will be calm, you will be happy, you'll be joyful, you are focused, and whatever your intentions and desires are there, they just manifest it, and you become a creator. So becoming a Elon Musk, becoming, Mark Zuckerberg, becoming, president of the United States or the prime minister of India is a piece of cake. If you start early, I'm talking about it, 23, 24, you start and you do these things, and you can do that. So I do hope that all of you, take some program, whether it's Art of Living, Isha Foundation, or any kind of yoga and meditation, or any other path that allows you to realize who you are. And once you realize who you are, the whole world is yours, and you can take any challenge and solve it, and you become very, very successful. And Elon Musk is actually what he started the companies is not for money. Remember, entrepreneurs don't start businesses for money. They start businesses to solve a problem. And the bigger the problem is, the most pervasive the problem is, and the bigger the enterprise you can build, and bigger the difference you can make. And when you make the difference bigger way, you will get the money automatically. Now, Elon Musk didn't want to be the world's richest person, so he started Tesla or SpaceX. He quickly realized, I mean, he reads a lot of books. So he used to, read the libraries and libraries of books. And the reason he went with his father when, mom and dad separated, usually kids are with the mom, but he said, I would go and stay with the father, even though he's an abusive father. He knowingly went there because he has an Encyclopedia Britannica. And the Encyclopedia Britannica has all the knowledge. I don't think you guys said your generation knows it, but in our generation, that's one of the things we want to, have it in our home. 18, 19 bounds and alphabet, I mean, the index by ABCD like that. You can go to any topic and get the, knowledge, just like you're getting from ChatGPT now, or from internet. So the ChatGPT was the Britannica of encyclopedia in our days. So he said, I want to read it, and he has it, so I'll go with the dad. And not only that, he stopped with the Encyclopedia Britannica, but he actually went to library and did the book reading from beginning to end. Whichever book he got, all the shelves, all the books he read. The same thing you will see with Sadhguru Jiggy Vasudev. He also took a 2-year break and read books all the way. So these people came to realization through the knowledge path. So there are 4 paths to come to realization. One is the knowledge path, another is the devotional path, another is the energy path. So karma yoga is another path by selfless action. Those are the 4 paths. So the knowledge path is the one he took to become a self-realized being. And the moment he realized who he is, and he also realized that the whole danger is the whole world is in danger, because the Russia and United States, all these folks have nuclear weapons, and if they use it, the whole world is gone. And also, he looked at the history, and if an asteroid comes and hits Earth, the whole world is gone. What happened to be what we are today, millions of years of evolution, is gone in a just split of second. And he said, I wanted to prevent that. And so he said, we need to become interplanetary species. That means we need to live in another planet like Mars. So if something happens to the Earth, and human beings on the Mars can come to India from the Earth and rebuild it. So that's the reason why he started the SpaceX and the Tesla, all these things. And now he's doing the Optimus robots. So all these things he's doing to make us interplanetary species. So the bottom line is he wanted to solve a problem, and that's how he started the businesses, and that's how he became the very, very rich, and he's became very impactful. And I think we have plenty of problems in India, and problems are opportunities for entrepreneurs. Take that spirit. Okay, I will take this problem, I'll solve it, I'll make the India a better place, or my village a better place. And with that, you get into that. Don't go for a job. Jobs are clerks. They make you clerks. They don't make you rich. They don't make you happy. They don't, do anything happiness. So just go and start there. You will fail. At least 2, 3 times you will fail. I failed 2 times before I was successful. Failure is okay. So go with that, start the business, get your business incubated at IIT Roorkee, and the IIT Roorkee and everybody is there to, really, really determined to make India an amazing place on the planet Earth. And India is actually growing at 7-8% GDP, is the highest growth in the world. This is the moment, this is the decade, this is the century of India. So grab it and start the business. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Day, sir, for such inspiring words. Next, I would like to invite Ken Berg. He is the CEO of 2 e-learning companies, Entrepreneur Now and Network and Microcasting Networks. Over to you, Ken.
Great. Hello, everyone. It's so great to be here. Thank you so much. And Day, thank you for those inspiring words. I was hanging on every word and listening to all your stories, which some of them I haven't heard yet. And I was just so excited to be inspired by you. I'm excited to talk about entrepreneurial mindset. I'm an instructor here at Moonpreneur, and hopefully I'll get an opportunity to work with some of you. And so just as a way of background as well, I'm a serial entrepreneur. Oops, let me get to my slide here. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I caught the entrepreneurial bug early, as Day said, to have impact. I was an entrepreneur when I was probably 12, 13. Back in the day, we used to have paper routes, and we would deliver newspapers. And I had 1 paper route and 2 paper routes and 3 paper routes, and then continued my entrepreneurial journey. It might sound silly, but I had more money than my friends did when I was 12 or 13 or 14, and that just continued on. And that entrepreneurial bug continued to last as a serial entrepreneur, starting business after business, as many of the folks associated with the people that you're going to interact with in this program have done more than 1 business and have had failures. So have I. Day hit a chord when he talked about his failures, and I've had the exact same. But if you stay in there and you stay in the game and you're persistent, you will succeed. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that in just a moment. I founded a company called Market Live, over $2 billion in online sales for our customers at the early days of e-commerce, before e-commerce was before Amazon, believe it or not. My company, Market Live, was there, and we did $2 billion a year in sales for our customers. And today I'm in the e-learning business and the customer success business. But what I'm a practicing entrepreneur, and a practicing entrepreneur means I'm out there doing it each and every day. I'm having sales calls in an hour. I'll be on a sales call or talking to my tech team or what have you, and really learning. And that's the kind of folks you want to learn from, the people that are doing it right now. And that's the kind of instructors that Moonpreneur and the team has here. 67% of people worldwide are entrepreneurs in some form or fashion. And I think that number is just going up more and more and more. As Day said, you don't want to be working for somebody. I did that early in my career. It is a path. I won't say it's a path to nowhere. It can be right for certain people. And I don't want to say that's, but you can still embed entrepreneurial skills and entrepreneurial mindset in everything you do, whether you start off working for someone. But of course, as Day said, I also encourage you to start a business early and fail early or succeed early as well. I did as well in my business. And it lays a foundation for creating an extraordinary life that you can live. And if you have to start by working for somebody else to get some experience that you feel, you can do that, or you can dive right into the entrepreneurial journey. So entrepreneurial mindset and skills are required for any profession you go into. So I want everybody's mind to be open to the entrepreneurial mindset. Now, I actually teach this. I have a class at Columbia University that I teach every semester called Entrepreneurial Mindset. So you're going to get some of the knowledge and lectures right now, today, this very second, for the next couple of minutes from my very popular course at Columbia University. I'm teaching MBA and EMBA students that are already starting businesses. They're there and starting businesses, and I get the fortunate to mentor them and to mentor you as well. So ingredients for a successful entrepreneur. Number 1, be passionate. As you can tell right now by the speed of my talk, by the animation of my hands, if you're watching me on screen, I'm passionate. And that passion, I think all of you are passionate as well, but some of you may be a little bit more reserved. I'm not saying you need to be crazy like me and flailing your hands around. Everybody needs to be their own person. But I will say that that passion, that if you can garner that up, remember, when you go out there and you're an entrepreneur, you're on stage. And when you're on stage, no matter where you are, you're talking to an investor, talking to an employee, talking to a customer, you're on stage, you're on. And you know when a performer is on. You've watched them. You've gone to a concert or seen somebody on TV. When they're on, their energy comes out and it's infectious. That's the secret ingredient. It's not that you don't have passion. It's the expression of that passion that I want you to know that when you're on, you're on. Be mission driven. Don't do it for the money. The money will come. Day talked about that. I love that, actually. There's got to be something more behind that than just the mission. The mission to solve a big problem, that can be the mission. The mission, like Elon Musk, to create, to save the human race in case something happens. As well. Trust your gut. I always talk about this, and it's very important. You're going to get a lot of feedback, I guarantee you, about your idea, and from your mentors, from your family, from your friends. And not everybody's going to have the same perspective of your idea. That means that feedback coming in, some people might say, well, that's a dumb idea. Well, they shouldn't say that, but they might say that. They just don't understand it, right? Now, take the feedback. My advice to you always is that, first of all, get feedback from people that actually want your product or service, not people that don't understand it, because not everybody is going to want your product or service. And so when you get feedback, the valuable feedback is the potential customers or the potential people that have problems. That's the feedback I want to trust. But I also want you to trust your gut. What I mean by that is take feedback that resonates with you and move out the rest. All right, hardworking. The entrepreneurial life is a 16-hour day sometimes. I work 16 hours a day, 15 hours a day, 14 hours a day. I'm getting a little older, so I might work 12 or 13. But I've already done it like 2 or 3 times, and I'm still working 12 or 13. But it is hard work. And it is hard work, even, it doesn't matter where you're at. It's hard work. So be prepared for it. It's not like you're going to sit back and just boss people around. That doesn't exist. And I want you to have blind optimism. Blind optimism, it basically says that you're optimistic at what you do. I don't mean to be blind to problems and challenges, but I mean to be optimistic, because sometimes the entrepreneur needs to break through things that have never been done before, like Elon is doing, right? That we've never put somebody on the moon and colonized the moon and then taken the moon and use that as a launching pad to get to Mars. So when you're doing these things, sometimes you just need to be super optimistic about what you're doing and let it break through those barriers. Always be learning. That goes without saying. And be humble. You've got to make sure you leave your ego at the door. I always say that because being humble is so important. And you got to live out of your comfort zone. So embrace the fear. Embrace the fear or eliminate it, because you've got to push through that fear as well. I just got a couple more things to say. I know our time is short today. I'd love to spend the whole hour with you, of course, and hopefully I can do that when we're in the program working together. But developing an entrepreneurial mindset, very quickly, you want to be focused. Focus on one thing. The more focused you are, the more narrowly focused you are, a niche within a niche within a niche. The more you can be the number one leader in the industry. And then what you do is what we call land and expand. You land on a niche within a niche within a niche, and then you expand. First, what entrepreneurs want to do by nature is they want to expand first and not become necessarily great at anything. Become great at one little thing and become the leader at that one thing, and then grow and grow and grow. And your actions create momentum. Your action today, by just sitting here, you are creating momentum. Listening to the different speakers, you're creating momentum to continue that action. It starts small, and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I've got so many more of these. I'm going to go ahead and stop there, just to let you know that there's a lot more around entrepreneurial mindset that I want to teach you. And I want you just to get a taste of that entrepreneurial mindset, because the mindset is what's going to drive you to success. All right. Thank you so much. Steffi, back to you.
Thank you so very much, Ken, for sharing such an inspiring journey. Up next, we have our alumnus, Amit Singh, who is pushing the envelope with his startup, Logic Books. Over to you, Amit.
Thank you so much, Steffi. And thank you so much, Moonpreneur and Tides IIT Roorkee, for providing us this opportunity to fulfill our dream of entrepreneurship. When I started my journey back in the year 2020, December 2020, when we incorporated our venture, till that time I had the experience of failing into last 5, 6 startups. So after getting learning from last few startups, we started working what all mistakes we have to avoid. And currently we started it was during the time of COVID. There is a sentence we call either you run away from the problems or you participate and bring a solution to it. So during the time of COVID first lockdown, we started donating face shield into the various COVID hospitals, and there I met with a hospital superintendent who asked us, "Can you make a robot for floor cleaning purposes?" And this was the solution which I was finding from the last 5, 6 startups which I have failed in that. So we started working on a AI-powered robotic vacuum cleaners. We are the first one in India and first one in the world to introduce AI for the obstacle detection purpose into a robotic vacuum cleaner, which is completely made in India. So by the time 2020, I was struggling like how we should proceed, because in the past few years I have failed my 5, 6 startups. And this was the moment when Moonpreneur Inc. Brought its ELDP program. I was part of it, and the learning which I gained from that was like a life changing thing, which created a lot of possibilities. And in 2022, before the start of the program, the idea was in my mind, and right now we have the complete product in hand. And apart from that, recently we have delivered our first 100 units of robotic vacuum cleaners in Gujarat, India. And after that, we have received the purchase order pre-bookings of around 800 units. We have got the purchase order, all thanks to Tides IIT Roorkee, and especially respected our CEO Ajam Ali Khan sir, who is like we go to him for any sort of problem, and it's just he solve it. Same is case with Alok Jain sir, like and Vikas Shukla sir. They have helped us a lot to groom like how. And this is the seventh startup, and we are now at the stage when we have sustained. We have our own revenue, and fully within the next 1 year, we'll be having almost 65 to 70 lakhs of revenue we'll be generating from our robotic vacuum cleaners. And this was negative. Even I was in debt in last 2020 and 2021 during the time of COVID. And so these are the programs which really help us. Like we need. I'm a first generation entrepreneur. I belong to a very middle class family. My father was a driver, and I lost him during my final year of engineering. And it was too hard. I never worked under in any company till now, like job, nothing. I haven't made even my CV. Have to do a startup. Like almost, I kept on failing. I started once again, then again failed, and from and lastly, that's the ELDP program. Really, like I said, God, it helped a lot. Like it was a life changing thing. I studied like how we have to proceed ahead with the products we are having, how we have to develop, and how most important, how we have to market. And even the before the development of the product, we were having the orders in hand, which recently we have delivered 100 units. And apart from that, now thanks to IIT Roorkee and Moonpreneur, we are having our own manufacturing unit at Vishakhapatnam, where we are going to manufacture our products, the robotic vacuum cleaner. And apart from this, we have introduced two more products into the medical electronic segment. First one is a RT based stethoscope, which is completely wireless. It looks something like this. And the patient sitting in US and the doctor is sitting in India can hear the real time voice of the heart and lungs. And it is also going to predict the heart and lungs diseases at the early level, at the very early stage. So this is the second product. Third one is a robotic AI-enabled robotic nursing assistant. We are making a humanoid to deploy it at the OPD of the government hospital just for the ease of the patient. So all these things, like once you get the support, we have got the fundings and all government fundings, and now we have almost 50 lakhs we are getting from AMTZ, Andhra Pradesh MedTech Zone, for the manufacturing purpose. So once you get the way and never give up attitude, we have several people to help us out, like respected Alam Ali Khan sir or Alok sir, even Vikas Shukla sir. I'm continuously touch with him over LinkedIn with Vikas sir. So this is basically a perfect place, and you guys are sitting at the perfect time, like at the time of 2007 when I was a student, and I visited my HOD. For at that moment, my first idea was to create an online mall, and in 2007 there was no Flipkart, no Amazon, and my HOD was like, go study somewhat, bring some good CGPA score, and you will be getting a landing with a good job, 35, 40 or 50,000 bucks. So that was the time I thought, oh, live it. There was no scope and no ecosystem of the startups in India during that time. And now we are having enough. We have the people to help us out. And people like me who haven't even my family members who live in villages, I tell them, say them that now we are having the product, we are into the market, we are having the manufacturing unit. They still in doubt. They are. I asked them to just go and visit because they didn't. They used to say how a middle class guy can reach up to this level that he owns a manufacturing unit at Visakhapatnam. So this can happen now. The ecosystem is positive. We have the people like several mentors, and especially and Tides IIT Roorkee, they are like the finest father figure which I can say. We are going to make the domestic robots, medical robots, and industrial robots coupled with the algorithms of artificial intelligence. Thank you so much. That's all from my end.
Thanks, Amit. You spoke really well.
No, that was amazing, Amit. You made my day. Where you started and where you are now, you are on fire. It seems like so much is happening in your world. Congratulations and keep it up. Back to you, Steffi.
All right. Now I would like to invite someone very senior.
All because of you, sir, and Moonpreneur.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Now I would like to invite someone very senior and highly respected in the field of education. Let's welcome Dr. K. Jansi Rani. She is the head and associate professor in public administration and principal in charge at Andhra Mahila Sabha Arts and Science College for Women. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Namaste, sir. Deverlapatti, sir. After a long time, again with another program. So this is another opportunity for Andhra Mahila Sabha Arts and Science College for Women. And this time, we have law college students also who is under the umbrella of Andhra Mahila Sabha. There are 100 students who have registered themselves for this ELDP program. Really, it is inspiring many students to think about their own intellectual capabilities and also entrepreneurial capabilities. And students are very much interested in many sessions of Moon Entrepreneur. They are attending regularly these days. And from our side, we have Dr. Y. Vasundhara, who is in charge of this ELDP program. Our chairman, sir, is not present today due to other reasons, but I am representing Andhra Mahila Sabha. A very good evening to everyone. And we welcome you all for this session once again from Andhra Mahila Sabha Arts and Science College. And our students are enthusiastic, and also we are going for NAC this time, fourth cycle. So National Accreditation and Assessment Council also is insisting on ELDP programs like this, and we are much far from others because of Dev Virlapati sir vision to encourage students from various colleges, parts of India. And we are one of them because of our chairman's affiliation with the Dev Virlapati sir. And this is a unique program, and everybody is appreciating us in our institutions because Andhra Mahila Sabha has 34 institutions across Telangana and also Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. In these three states, we are there. And we are the one to have such an affiliation with reputed institutions, reputed persons, and one of this program which is supported by Dave Erlapati sir is very unique in its sense, and we are projecting it on various levels of while showcasing our own selves for various things, especially for admissions also. And in the month of November, we are going to have inspection for our own accreditation to get A grade for our college. So in that also we are showcasing these programs, and we have developed this into a very particular department, ELDP department, so that we continue with this activity with the inspiration given by Dave Erlapati sir and our chairman sir. And whoever is involved in such kind of activity for this program especially, and who are rendering the syllabus and also classes, I thank all of you, each one of you, both teachers and technical staff for conducting sessions regularly online. Thank you so much, and all the very best to the new students who have joined this batch. Thank you once again. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. We're very grateful for the time and effort that you took to share your thoughts and experiences with us. So that was our speakers for today. You can go and ask anything related to the course from the dignitaries present here. Thank you once again.
If anyone has got any question regarding the course, regarding the timing, anything, please feel free to either write it on the chat box or you can open your mic and you can speak it.
Good evening, everyone. Respected all sirs and lecturers. Actually, I have a problem with the timing from the 7 p.m. Actually, it will be good if it starts from 5 o'clock or 4:30.